Hello, you gorgeous donuts. Today we're going to be looking at the most extreme cheapskates the world has to offer. And I'm joined by the lovely Arthur Television.
Yeah, come on. We love a good cheapskate.
Would you say you're a cheapskate, mate?
Actually, yes. There are so many things. I feel like no matter how much money I ever earn, I'm always going to be a bit of a cheapskate.
Yeah, it kind of like gives me anxiety when people aren't. Like when people can kind of just blow whatever. I'm like, wow, how can you do that? That's like a superpower.
Yeah, I think being a like poor student and like my entire night's out costing like 10 quid total for drink, club entry and journey home, like I'm never going to look at things and be like, that's worth 100 quid for that drink. Or, you know, like people go to these like nightclubs and they spend like £1,000 on a table.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is literally like almost my entire uni year of like nights out in on one table. It's just stupid.
Exactly. Some people go to like a nightclub and like buy a bottle of Ciroc just to put on the Snapchat story. I'm like, that's the most expensive Snapchat story ever.
Yeah, and girls will come over, shot it, and then walk away. And you're like, no, come back. Not worth it.
Happened to the best of us. No, it doesn't.
But looking at this first title, not sure I would put myself in a cheapskate where I'd share a bath with you, Cam, if that's where you're trying to go.
I thought you were going to say, not sure I would share a bath with a child.
That too.
Okay, yeah. The first one is sharing the bathtub.
Yes. All right, go find your dad. If I can get something for free, I'd rather do that any time than shelling out $1.
Not the whole family.
Cheap that we all share one tub of water a day. We don't have cooties. We're never that dirty. It just makes it.
I don't know if this is a bad thing, but I used to do this with my family.
Did you?
Yeah, is that weird?
I think when we were kids, me and my siblings would share baths.
You've got like a
bath
huge
water.
family though, don't you?
Yeah, we do, but I think you'd still have like the little shower down after.
Yeah.
And that's what I worry they lack here.
But one thing, I was a little bit of a snob. Like I never wanted to be like, I wouldn't be like third. I had to be first. Like if I was getting in the water and it was like already like a mucky colour, I was like, I can't do this. Like I would demand to be first.
Also, baths do take up a lot of water. Like 2 or 3 quick showers use just as much hot water as like a bath does.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of these like extreme cheapskates, you look at it and you're like, this is not efficient.
Yeah, exactly. Where's the productivity here?
Yeah, exactly. You're not a true cheapskater.
My wife is always working at trying to save money and shrink our budget.
So many of them, when I watch Extreme Cheapskates, they'll spend hours and hours and hours doing these tiny little things that will save them like $1.50 at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, it adds up. And it's like, why don't you just get a part-time job, work all of those hours, and you'll be like 1,000,000 times better off?
I mean, yeah, you'd literally make that in like, I can't know what the sum is, but like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I know, it's so time consuming for like, sometimes it's like saving 40 pence. Whereas you could like, it take them like 10 hours to save 40 pence.
Yeah, and it's like, why are you doing this? Just work a normal job if you're that tight.
Exactly.
We use cold water, and the whole family takes a bath. My husband will take a bath, then I do, then Bub, then Ronnie.
Christ, that's like Joe Rogan's wet dream, taking like a cold bath every morning.
Oh yeah, their mental health must be class. They're doing a cold plunge every single day.
They wake up and they just feel alive.
But like, I get it if they're like, oh, we all work, we work hard, we don't earn a particularly great wage, and so like to save money, we have cold baths and showers. Like, I do think that kind of stuff's fine, but I'm guessing there's just a lot more weirdness to this.
Yeah. I mean, this one is only a short one, so I don't know how much of a deep dive we're going to get into, but I feel like there's definitely some more.
Sometimes I actually do want to take my own shower here and there. Can't really do much because my parents like to save water.
If you give me the choice, like if you can afford both a shower and a bath and it's literally a choice, like being in a bath for me, I feel like people say it's chill, but you're just bathing in your own gunk. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't have a bath if I don't shower after, or at least rinse off, because you don't feel clean.
Nah.
Just stewing.
I ration our shampoo and body wash. I just pour about that much in there. Oh, that's enough for a month.
A month?
Bro, a month?
As well, like the other thing is like they're often not even that poor. If it's like a financial necessity, I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
But it's when it's just so unnecessary and it's like your kids are going to school stinking, you're all in dirty water, like, and there's actually just like no need because there's a very obvious solution of like use the hour to get a job or stop spending so much money on other silly stuff. And
I think that's the deal with Extreme Cheapskates. Like, I think that context is needed. Most of the people on this show aren't actually like really struggling. They just do it because it's kind of like a a quirk.
Yeah, it's not a show like, oh, look at these poor people who are like struggling to get by, because there'll be plenty of people that are like this, and they're not the people we're clowning on at all.
No.
It's the people who are like, have the pathological thing of like, I need to save money, and it's too much.
They're having like shampoo out of a shot glass. And a single shot glass, not a double.
Yeah.
I'll have a single of the L'Oreal, please. Thank you very much.
I don't buy toilet paper. I use newspapers that we get free in town.
Okay, this is where I'd draw that. Free in town newspapers, the amount of fingers that have been on that newspaper.
Oh, that's true.
You might as well just wipe your bum with a coin.
Oh, that's actually filthy. It will be dirty. Have you ever seen like money under a microscope?
Yeah.
And they've done swab tests. It's filthy. Newspapers aren't going to be that far off.
Also, right, like, I know, I don't want to talk about wiping your rear end. Toilet paper, it's rough. But newspapers, the texture.
Yeah, crunchy, hard.
Oh, my Lord.
Pick up one sheet. You don't need more than that. You crumple it up.
That's a lot.
And then you put it, when you get done, into this bag. And when we take it out and burn it.
Oh, what do you mean you burn it?
If you're wiping your bum and you're not emptying that bag after every single session at the toilet, that's wrong.
Yeah, burning it can't be the healthiest, like, most efficient way of getting rid of it as well. Surely if it's paper and doo-doo, you bury it or something, or...
Can you imagine bringing, like, someone home for the first time and, like, you find out that they do this? This is just...
Bro, how would you ever get a girlfriend?
I'm not going to do this one because I haven't used it and I don't want to waste it.
Oh my God, she's opening it up again. She's like, oh wow, this is actually a really great story. Oil prices are falling. That's amazing.
By how much? Let me just rubs out a little bit.
These people are, clearly doing well to have this playhouse. We'll see what this is. This is called America's Cheapest Family. Oh, shut up. Shut up.
No.
That garden is huge. You've clearly got money, right? Even if you don't have a dishwasher, just wash them in the sink.
Yeah, and don't play in a paddling pool beforehand. I'm not going to be eating off a plate where I'm like, we were playing in this pool earlier and you probably peed in it and it's been cleaned with...
I love that they've give like the little kids little gloves, like everybody joins in.
In the summertime, when the kids are playing outside in the pool, we can utilize that afterwards to help clean our dishes.
But then, is that water even clean? Because like they would have been maybe like rolling around in the mud or even just like...
Yeah.
It's not clean water.
That's the thing. This is the unnecessary. Like, if you're like, oh, we're really struggling to pay the water and electricity bill, you go no paddling pools. You don't go, we can have the paddling pools and the dishwasher, but we just mix the two. Like, it doesn't make sense.
By the way, just a side note, I got a dishwasher for the first time like last week, and when we talk about on your channel being in love with inanimate objects, oh my God, I could give that a good time.
That is a big technological advancement in the north, isn't it? In Newcastle.
Yeah, I'm actually the first person to get a dishwasher, so we've had a few people trying to rob me, but you're not getting in.
And an air conditioning unit as well. You are up.
Oh mate, I'm basically Tony Stark at this point.
He's the king of Newcastle.
See? Fun and work.
Who wants bacon?
Look at that house.
That is an outrageously large house. I mean, we're from the UK, so they're a bit smaller by size, but that is like $1 million home in the UK.
And I think people like this it's a fun thing to kind of play that you're a little bit poor, do you know what I mean? Like they're like, why don't we do this fun thing of washing my dishes in the paddling pool?
It's also, that is a well-watered lawn. There's no way that isn't a watered lawn.
Great point.
Eyebrows are raising here.
Our pots and pans broke. The handles broke off. And instead of going
out
and buying brand new pots and pans, Sean made this wrench that doubles as a handle, and
he did not make that.
My hands from burning.
I'm sorry, but what are you doing to your pots and pans where all of the handles are falling off?
Yeah, in my entire lifetime, that has never happened once. And if they do fall off, you can just screw them back in, surely.
Exactly. There's literally a screw hole there.
Yeah, and like, this is like... A pot and pan handle costs like £1.
I know.
Like, you can get a little plastic thing that goes on it. It might not be the original one, but I mean, it probably costs the same amount as that wrench thing.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's been more than 10 years since Sean and Melanie have made any significant improvements to their home. A sacrifice they claim has saved them over...
Bacon is an expensive meat. Lay off the bacon for 1 week and you could buy a new pot handle.
This is where we spend most of our time, in the living room.
I'm sorry, but is that real?
What is this?
Who designed this room? Why is that a sun lounger?
This is like my house that I made as a kid on Sims. Like, did the money cheat code, built a massive house and just had no idea what I was doing with it. Like showing my dad, like, look, it's got a sofa or something.
Your dad's like, yeah, that's great. Wow, yeah, wow.
I know, my dad was way more brutal than that. He did not care. He had too many kids to lie to us.
Living room furniture can cost up to $10,000, $20,000, depending on what kind you're buying.
I'm just going to say, if this is real, you're living above your means. Like, you're getting that massive house. Get a smaller house, then you can afford furniture.
That's what I'm saying. Just downsize the house and then just live normally.
Exactly. This is not fun.
They haven't even got a cover for this beanbag.
To be fair, like with lads, I feel like if you were living by yourself, all you really need is a beanbag, a TV, and maybe some PlayStation.
You ever seen those like men apartments? There's literally just like a chair, a TV, and a PlayStation, and it's like, that's all we need.
Yeah.
A few months ago, our shower head broke, and Sean came up with a great way to fix it. For the price of a soda bottle, he rigged it up to the shower head and just poked holes in there.
Damn, bro's got that Armitage Shanks 3000 shower.
Why? How is everything broken? Maybe they should analyze why they break everything. That should be the first priority.
It's like the Hulk coming in every night and just fucking windmilling.
For the past several years, the O'Briens
It's huge.
have
The house is just
moving into
massive.
a larger space.
This is actually ridiculous.
Contemplated moving into a larger space, did he just say?
Yeah, that's the last thing you should be doing.
More space to fill with nothing. Why?
But selling their current home would require them to make renovations they've avoided for the past decade.
Our realtor is going to come over and...
That guy is not real.
Yeah, he looks like the baddie in James Bond. Like, what's going on?
Here's the yard.
But they've got more, like, furniture in the garden than they've got in the house.
The realtor can't even afford a suit that fits him.
Our fence is a little piecemeal together. So I just replace boards as they come. Leans a little, but sturdy.
Like, how is their fence falling apart like that? Who's breaking up those individual planks and the rest are fine? It's not over time.
I think we're both on the same page here. Like, look after your stuff better, and then you won't need to be as cheap.
Yeah, this is puzzling.
Well, a beanbag, an ottoman. I mean, you've got to have furniture here.
That's bollocks as well, surely. Surely you can sell it and just be like, look, the potential's here.
I know, like, loads of, especially if you're buying a house, like, you kind of want it to be a blank canvas because you're going to do what you want to do with it.
A blank canvas, you artistic man.
Oh, God, I didn't ask for these powers.
To be fair, with what you've done behind you, I made a green screen so I can just drop a nice photo in because how much would you charge me to... I want you to come around and do my background like that. That's insane.
Do you know what? That's actually an idea. Do you know when Con does like people's setups?
Oh yeah,
I want to do people's backgrounds. That's my avenue.
That would bang. Did you do that yourself? Yeah.
Yeah, of course I did, mate.
It was very impressive.
Yeah, right. Thank you very much.
The stains, the burn marks. I honestly don't feel like a buyer would even put an offer in with carpet like this.
I just think this is all bullet. None of this makes sense. It's like these guys are all massive divvies.
Yeah, is this guy even a realtor?
He's never heard of people buying properties to do them up.
Have you saw that? Yeah, exactly. You know them houses that are like really run down where people like basically knock them down and build them up again. This house is fine.
I gave the O'Briens the best professional advice I could give them, but honestly, I don't think they're going to...
Realistically, this guy's just took like an online course on how to be like an estate agent.
There's no way he thinks that suit, shirt and tie combo works.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good point.
It's very Saul Goodman. He's the Saul Goodman of the realtor world.
Okay, let's move on from them because they're just weird.
Yeah, too weird. Too annoying.
Okay, next we've got she's pregnant and cheap.
Ooh.
My mother's a cheapskate and her mother were a cheapskate.
We passed it down from generation to generation.
I do think there's got to be some sort of heritable gene here that controls like this type of thing because...
Oh, definitely, because you're going to be influenced. Like, I feel like my nana is quite a cheapskate, and I've definitely got a lot of traits from her. Like, when I go into shops, like, I try not to buy, like, the branded stuff, etc. I definitely think it's environmental factors.
My family's been dumpster diving for generations. It's basically in my DNA at this point.
Not when you've got a baby, surely. That can't be healthy.
I know. Yeah, if I was the baby, I'd be like, I'm never coming out of here. Like, I'm staying in here.
Yeah.
See dumpster diving as like a sport. I don't see it that way.
As a sport? Oh, come here to get a gold medal in dumpster diving in the Olympics.
I found that if you come late in the evening, that's when cops tend to want to come around.
It's kind of weird, isn't it, that dumpster diving is illegal, that... Like, why? Like, if people have discarded it, why can't you take it?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why, actually. Because it's just going to go in the ground anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure there's some sort of reasoning behind it. Let us know in the comments if you know, but it doesn't make any sense to me.
If you're a big dumpster diver.
By foraging through dumpsters behind pharmacies and hospitals.
No way.
Okay, so that's actually where I draw the line, especially when you're
That's too
pregnant.
much. Yeah.
Other people's medications where you don't know the doses of it. That is actually wild.
Such an unnecessary risk.
A lot of times they put expiration dates on things way earlier than they need to just to sell more products.
Actually, to be fair, like I had out-of-date codeine and the stomach pain that I got was ridiculous. Like when tablets go out of date, you actually shouldn't take them.
How out of date was it?
It was like 5 or 6 months, but recently I've had like a pinched nerve in my neck and I just needed to take anything, and codeine's quite strong, so I was like, but it was out of date, so I was like, I'll just take it. And the
codeine is a crazy one to...
I know, normally I put it in my lean and I just drink it.
In my lean.
No.
It's folic acid, which is good for pregnancy.
I cannot believe that Angel dumpster dives for meds.
Yeah, like the way they're talking is like she doesn't need to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not like, yeah, I get it. They're like, what the hell is she doing?
Yeah. And I just think it's like a weird line to cross when it's not out of necessity. Like when it's like we've mentioned, if it's out of necessity, of course, but when you don't need to do it, it's just weird. It's like a weird fetish.
And risking a baby.
Yeah.
Like your future child's life and health.
Yeah, it's strange.
We got this house because it was an ex-frat house. It was in horrible condition.
And it had a funky odor, to say the least. I mean,
frat boy smell.
Angel and Orlando have both renovated and furnished.
So if they've got money to renovate and furnish a house, surely she can afford to just give herself some baby meds.
Yeah, just go to Morrison's, get yourself some ibuprofen, love.
I'm not in the minor leagues. I'm in the big leagues. We've been doing...
Because she's bragging about it as well.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Like, we're actually in the Champions League. We finished top 4, so...
To be fair, look at all this stuff. She's kind of coming in clutch.
Oh, yeah, but imagine being on the motorway behind that car. That's like a final destination waiting to happen.
I was just going to say the exact same thing. Also, do they not have like a Gumtree thing where people put like free...
Exactly.
Stuff on it? Or does she have to go down to the bins?
She could make loads of money like doing these up and selling them.
Yeah, for real.
She was a child of depression. Everything has a purpose. Angel seems to love it. She enjoys it.
You know, like your great-grandmother probably did it because of a war.
Yeah.
Like, you're fine. You seem fine. You've got a lovely house. You don't need to do this, love.
I kind of can see... It's almost like thrifting, I guess. Like looking through the mess and rubble and finding a diamond in the rough. Like, I can imagine why it'd be cool.
Yeah.
And like fun. Like, fair enough if it was just like a hobby, but... Like getting everything and again your vitamins to your baby. I just can't get over that.
I know.
We found a lot of different furniture that we're going to be using in the nursery, and it's actually a complete set that we've managed to get out of dumpsters.
I just wouldn't put my baby in a dumpster cart. Seems too risky.
I know. Is that Arthur toy from a dumpster as well?
Oh, it is. Oh. Wow, that's a great little spot. Come on, Arthur, let's go.
Was that your favourite show as a child? Surely.
I did love it. The intro is just one of the greatest songs of all time, isn't it?
I know. And your parents could just like pretend that it was like made for you.
Yeah, exactly. I'd just be eating my breakfast. When I say, hey. Hey, what a tune.
It's a bridge. It's a bridge. You got to be careful. You got to be careful.
Oh, right. Okay. I don't even need to like watch the rest. What are we doing?
What?
Mother uses other people's breast milk. Why?
Is that allowed?
Yeah, I don't actually know. I've never checked the laws on that.
I've never heard of it, but I like science-wise, it kind of makes sense because like human breast milk is as good as it gets for babies.
Are you asking for the link for the website to buy this? Is this what you want?
I already chop it. That's my protein shakes.
I was going to say, your skin's looking so clear.
Slide. It's a bridge. You have to walk on it like this.
Right, not good for brain development, is it?
No.
She's like, come on, you're 3 years old. That's a bridge, not a slide. Should have fed you something a bit more nourishing.
Kids leave toys all the time. If they're unclaimed, why not pick them up and take it home with you, because they're free.
It's missing 2 wheels.
She can still play with it, Vic.
Fuck you, Vic.
Vic, shut the fuck up, Vic.
You idiot, Vic. You've never heard of a bicycle, Vic? 2 wheels is fine, Vic, you dickhead.
You've definitely practiced that accent in the mirror. That was great.
We end up having a lot of toys that are maybe not...
That baby has no head.
Oh my God.
Just leave that. That is horrific.
These are plants by the producers, surely.
Have to be.
It's good to keep the romance alive.
But for Apple Malesio, a full-time model and mom...
Apple Malesio is a crazy name as well.
You have to be famous if you have a name like that.
Chloe, it's time for your milk.
Oh, no.
Suddenly, I stopped producing breast milk, so now I collect breast milk for my friends.
Okay. I'm gonna Google this real quickly. Oh, risks of sharing breast milk can include, but are not limited to, transition of certain infectious agents like bacterial viruses, some of which may be found in milk expressed by asymptomatic women. So it is dangerous.
Like, especially when it's for your child, surely you do even a little bit of research.
The American Academy of Pediatrics and the FDA both discourage casual sharing. Obviously, I'm not a breastfeeding mother yet.
Despite what he looks like.
Despite my luscious big jugs. They ain't producing. I didn't want to be like, oh, this is weird and stuff, or you shouldn't do this if it's actually like recommended.
Yeah.
Like, because I could kind of see them being like, because breast milk's so good for kids, being like, oh, if you can't produce and your friends can, definitely do it. But given you're not supposed to,
I know.
And she's being a cheapskate, so she probably doesn't even need to.
It's the fact that, like, even I'm just reading some of the labels here. This one says someone's wife.
Oh, so they don't even know her that well.
Yeah.
What the hell? And they just, again, they don't need to. This isn't like a...
It's out of choice.
Amy is from my yoga class. Jessica is actually one of my coworkers.
I'd feel a little bit sad if I'd given my breast milk to someone thinking I was really helping them, but in reality I'm just part of a selection of people.
Yeah, I wonder if the kid has preferences as well, like not Jessica's milk.
Oh, Jessica's tastes like shit.
I want the creamy Megan milk, please, Mum. Do you think that she goes to the yoga class and just looks at one of her friends who's just massive tits and is like, I'm asking her?
Yeah, you'll do for me, love.
Chloe prefers Jessica's milk over anyone else's breast milk.
Oh my God, wow. So she does have a preference. The cheeky git, the little piggy
And imagine
eater.
Megan being like, oh, I've got another one. She'd be like, honestly, keep it.
Honestly, like...
She thinks you have sour tits.
Awful. Sort your diet out, love, will you, before you give me your breast milk. Jessica's got like that Michelin star level.
Jessica, if you're watching this, DM us.
This is more her preference.
Amy would be on Kitchen Nightmares.
Oh my goodness, can you imagine a collab with Gordon Ramsay trying all of these?
It's fucking raw.
People buy baby wipes, moist towelettes, but instead I like to make them at home.
What? Oh my goodness.
There you go, you have moist towelettes.
Just spend this time, please. Just get a part-time job and then so you can afford moist towelettes. I said moist towelettes more time in the last 30 seconds than I have in my entire life.
I get the vibe that these are maybe like stay-at-home people that like are kind of bored and they're like, oh, how great is this? Like this, look at this.
Yeah.
Do you know, they're just so
yeah,
bored.
you're so right. They're like soccer mum era, just like getting too involved.
Yeah.
This is totally reusable still, so I put it in this container, and this one is Chloe's baby wipe, so I use the wipe to wipe her bum with.
No, I've seen so many Extreme Cheapskates, and they're always so weird, but like I've never seen so many in a row that like are genuinely like detrimental to the health and safety of their children.
I know, this is absolutely
crazy.
wild. Like if this was a couple I knew, I would step in and say like, look,
yeah,
I'll even help pay for the stuff if that, even though you don't need the help, you're doing this out of like wanting to do it because it's
for real.
It's actually bad.
So instead of spending $200 on a changing table, I got mine for free at a gas station that was going out of business.
Oh!
Just brought home a used changing table from the gas.
Oh, a used one.
A used gas station changing table. Yeah, I don't think gas stations they're exclusively used for changing.
Oh God, we know what you get up to. Christ.
They don't call me the gas station merchant for nothing.
Oh, fuck's sake. I just don't think she cares about the dirt because she's literally wiping her bum with used self-made baby wipes. You know what? I don't think I can take any more of this video.
I'm so glad you said it.
I was looking at the look on your face. I was like, yeah, we are done. If you would like to watch us react to some strange addictions, make sure you go on Arthur's channel. I will leave a link in the description to it. And let us know if you want like updates on more Extreme Cheapskates, and we will do that for you. And if you want to watch another video from me on this channel, click right here.